Ladies and gentlemen of Germany, it's me, NYSEinstein from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. I think we're back to a good hairdo, even though the market closed down 258 points at 18,066, just above the 18,000 level. We're down around 350 points over the last couple of days. So Friday we had a down 400 day. Yesterday we had an up 276 day. Today we had an almost 300 point down day. Friday was Fed Friday on the fact that they were not going to raise rates. They were not going to raise rates. Are they going to raise rates? Did one guy say they were? One guy said they weren't. Do they know what they're going to do? Are they making a judgment call on how the market responds to the fact whether they are going to raise rates or not? And that's going to affect how they decide tomorrow whether they're going to raise rates or not. Have I completely confused you? There you go. That's what's going on here. It absolutely makes no sense. There's no one driving this bus, this train, this plane, not even on automatic pilot. This is a fearsome situation, okay? While today, I feel, was more of a Fed chatter day, that we're in wild swings. We had 51 days of less than a 1% move. The VIX were at a low at $13 for over a month's time. The VIX have spiked up to $18, $19, okay? And the market is starting to do the roller coaster of 3 days in a row of more than a 2% move. What in goodness name is going on besides the confusion over the Fed? Today the IAE came out with a statement saying that there was a massive oil glut in the world. That knocked oil down $1, $1.50, nothing that substantial. CLV's down $1.40, down $1.12 on the Brent. So while people are saying that the market slumped and the Dow slumped over oil glut worries, I'm not really sure about that. The investigation I do to try and give you an understanding and explanation of what makes this market go up and down, I'm rocking. Maybe I'm on a boat here. This is a shaky ride. Don't have a perfect storm yet, just deep levels of confusion. The investigation that I've done on this whole thing is that basically you've had a flatline market for 51 days. There's a massive trade on of people long equities and long bonds, with the VIX hanging out at a low level. With the VIX spiking up, it's a deleveraging, it's a demarginalizing, I don't know what it is, but basically with the spike from 13 to 19 on the VIX, with a trade where people are long bonds and long stocks, basically they need to lower their risk, basically getting out of equities to hedge themselves. It's a deleveraging of risk trade, apparently, right? This is way over my head. I'm not an economist, but that's what I'm learning from the guys who know what they're talking about. Bob Pisani, one of the brightest guys out there. Basically, with a position that's large, being long bonds and long equities, and this VIX spiking up from 13 to 18 or $19, they need to start selling equities to hedge themselves up. Kind of makes sense, a little bit over my head. Maybe you can make some sense of it. We're coming into the end of a week here. We're going to have an option expiration. We're going to have a S&P rebalance. We're going to have a number of rebalances in ETFs. We're going to have some rebalances that are significant. Plus, unfortunately, we've got this empty box that we don't know what's in. We've got this wild card of the Fed looming over our heads, which is not going to happen until next week. So this is complicating everyone. The market's being swirled like a seagull in a summer storm, ladies and gentlemen. I got nothing further to say on that. Gold down $2, oil down $1, market down 258, Russell off 25, SPY's off 35. This market's being tossed around. I think it's Fed chatter. I think it's a little engagement with the oil trade. I think it's very maybe this risk-off trade that's getting leveraged, that's getting hedged by selling equities against two big long positions in bonds and equity. That's all I got to say. I hope it's as confusing as possible. I love you all, NYSE Einstein.